Welcome in once again, everybody. Welcome to This Is a Shoot. Just finished up watching Monday Night Raw. Overall, a pretty solid show. It kept me entertained for most of the night, at least kept my attention to what I wanted to see, what was going on. But I really want to talk about the main event. The Money in the Bank second chance triple threat match between Matt Riddle, who was trying to get Randy Orton into the Money in the Bank, which is a great story that they're telling because now you're seeing Matt Riddle. I'm going to tell you right now, that match last night was a star-making match. I wasn't ever 100% sold on Riddle. I didn't like him when he first came onto the main roster. I didn't like him on NXT. I always liked his in-ring work, but his antics outside the ring with Twitter and social media and in my opinion, disrespecting a lot of legends, trying to make a name for himself. Well, now he's doing it the right way. That match, there was one star in that whole entire match, and that was Matt Riddle. It wasn't Drew McIntyre. It wasn't AJ Styles. They're already bona fide stars. Matt Riddle proved himself last night. And that doesn't really, you would think it would pain me to say that, but it don't. Before we break it down, as always, if you like the video, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. It does no harm to you, no harm to me. It benefits both. You get up-to-date videos, and it adds, just helps out the page. It ain't gonna help me speak any better. That being said, that match was phenomenal. By the way, I want to throw out there how great the commentating team was during that match. And you can really sense the chemistry between Jimmy Smith, Corey Graves, and Byron Saxton. They've been together for a short amount of time, but the chemistry that them three have is way better than the chemistry that Adon Verk had with Byron and Corey Graves. And it's a great call putting Jimmy Smith in there. I was skeptical at first, but he's been proving himself week in and week out. He does a pretty gosh darn good job fitting in, and like I said, the chemistry's just there. But Matt Riddle really became a star in my eyes last night. So that's probably the big story right there. The other big story and the big news is Drew McIntyre would end up winning this match and get himself into the Money in the Bank match. I'm torn. Myself included in this, but a lot of fans have been wanting Drew McIntyre to be taken out of the title picture. But for whatever reason, he keeps getting himself in now. But I'm starting to notice a little difference in Drew McIntyre last night. He's no longer this cutthroat babyface. He's not a pure babyface. He still is a babyface. Don't get confused. But the way he was acting, not only in the match, but in his promo backstage before the match, and even how he was kind of acting after the match with telling that referee, you come heel. There's a little hint of a heel turn. There's a little bit of a heel in that. I don't know if I'm ready for a heel McIntyre, but I can see it working in many aspects. But I don't think we have to worry about Drew McIntyre winning Money in the Bank. A lot of people saying, oh great, now he's going to win. I don't think that's the case. He's star power. Before Drew McIntyre was in the match, who was in there? You had Riddle. You have Big E from SmackDown. You have Johnny Drip Drip. And you had Ricochet. But now adding Drew McIntyre to the match, now you have a little bit of star power. Besides Big E and besides Riddle, none of them guys from Raw, I should say, they're not World Heavyweight Championship material. Matt Riddle still has a ways to go before he's going to be capable of being the face that runs the place. Okay? The only star that was in there before, and as of right now, who we have in now, I don't know who's going to be added from the SmackDown side of things. Raw's pretty much maxed out. So now we're looking at SmackDown, who's going to be added into the Money in the Bank. Big E is my early pick right now of who's going to win the Money in the Bank. Because you can do so many things with Big E. Because the rumor is they're going to take him back to Raw. And make him be in those single stars But he also kind of realigned him with the New Day, which I think as that aspect is a mistake. Leave Big E separate. His commodity and Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E's constant we don't want to be broken up is going to be the downfall to Big E's career. That may sound bad to say, it may not be the right thing to say, but it's going to be the downfall of his career if he doesn't want to break out as a single superstar. I'm not saying you cannot become a big star by being a tag team. Look at the Dudley Boys. Look at the Hardy Boys. Look at Kofi Kingston. It can be done, but Big E needs to be on his own. He needs to be his own guy. Him winning Money in the Bank will make up for him losing the title at WrestleMania to Apollo Crews and get him out of that rivalry, pushes him in a new lane, gives you the option as the WWE, do we want to see him cash in against Roman Reigns and stay on SmackDown, or can we use this as an excuse to get him over to Monday Night Raw without actually having to draft him? Because we know the WWE draft is coming up around the corner. It's intriguing to me. That's the more intriguing story. To have Big E win. To have Big E move on. And have that open door where he can go to both brands. Him versus Bobby Lashley. That speaks money. I could see it. It makes sense. I can already tell you the storyline in which it is. Kofi Kingston doesn't get the win over Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley demolishes Kofi Kingston. Embarrasses him. Continues to destroy the New Day. Big E being who he is and the ties in which he has to the New Day of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, goes in there and says, you know what, Bobby Lashley? Because I believe if Big E wins that championship, wins the Money in the Bank title. I'm getting ahead of myself. He wins that Money in the Bank briefcase. He's going to be the type, and the way his character is, he's not going to just cash it in the middle of a match. He's going to pull the John Cena move, and I believe Big E's going to cash it in ahead of time to give Bobby Lashley, hey, I'm coming for you, bud. I'm coming for that WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The heck with Roman, I want you. It will, one, solidify Bobby Lashley as a bigger star, and it will help solidify Big E, and them two powerhouses going at it. It makes a lot more sense to me. I could be wrong. To me, Big E is the right choice. No matter who they put in there from SmackDown, I can't see anybody being a better choice than Big E. Edge is going against Roman Reigns now at Money in the Bank, so he's not going to be in the ladder match. Maybe there's rumors that John Cena's going to come back. What do you put John Cena in now? That's intriguing. I don't think a lot of fans would be happy about that. But as far as Drew McIntyre is concerned, I don't think we have anything to worry about. This is building on his character. What's he going to do once he loses at Money in the Bank? You see, the character work is there. The door is open, just like with Big E. Matt Riddle has already became a star in the triple threat match. Now let's focus on Drew. I've already told you my explanation of why I think Big E is and should win Money in the Bank. Drew McIntyre should lose Money in the Bank, especially if you want to push him into a more of a heelish character, or pushing back into the heel mode, because now he's failed against Bobby Lashley 3 times. He failed to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. What does he do? Now, if he does win Money in the Bank, he can't go after Bobby Lashley. So it does open up that dream match for him to go against Roman Reigns. It does open up that door for Drew McIntyre now to go to SmackDown and to finally beat Roman Reigns. Because Paul Heyman said it last week, there's no one left on SmackDown to beat Roman Reigns. So it would add something to SmackDown to have Drew McIntyre over there and be the logical guy to defeat Roman Reigns. I don't think fans, at least for me, I don't have a problem with Drew McIntyre being in the world title picture, but I'm tired of seeing him go against Bobby Lashley. I want to see him go against somebody else, like Roman Reigns again, because the storyline is already written. You can't beat me, Drew. You couldn't beat me when you was a heel and I was a babyface. You can't beat me at Survivor Series when it was champion versus champion. You don't have what it takes. Well, the third time's the charm. That's my prediction. Them are the only two right now, between Big E and Roman Reigns. Drew McIntyre. Them are the only two options in the Money in the Bank to win it right now. Like I said, I want to see who SmackDown throws in now. But the most logical choice to me is Big E, followed by Drew McIntyre. The storylines are pretty much written for themselves. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in this video, and I'll catch you guys later on the Flippity Flip.